Welcome to our exercise class. We're going to be working generally throughout the body with a bit of a warm-up first. So if you're okay in freestanding, then we can do the warm-up in standing. If you're a little bit wobbly on your balance, make sure that you've got something just to be able to rest your hand on, like the back of a chair or a work surface. If you're not able to stand up, have a seat, and you should be able to do most of these exercises at the warm-up with your arms and with your legs in sitting. So choosing your position, make sure you've got some good supportive shoes on so that you're not ending up in floppy slippers. And let's start off with just gently walking on the spot. Swinging those arms, and it's opposite arm and leg. Now think about being tall as you're walking on the spot. And nice and tall, keep your chin in. Imagine being a puppet on a string as we keep going. And we're going to speed it up a little bit. Keep it going. And we're going to go slow it back down to your normal pace. And now we're going to go slightly higher knees. So again, opposites, but just keep it to that slower pace. And see if you can bring it up one knee, a little bit higher and a little bit higher as you come into that nice arm swing. I find a lot of people find that they're doing the same side with their arm and the leg. If you find that's you, then just stop, lift up the opposites, and then off you go. Keep going. Keep those knees going nice and high. And you should be fine. That's beginning to challenge your breathing a little bit. And then we're going to lower it back down again and relax off. Well done. Now standing nice and tall. Think about the shoulders dropping away from your ears. We don't want to see any of this. Just slide your hands gently down those legs. From that position, stretching those arms as far as you can, up, to touch if you can, and back down again. And again, lifting up. And back down. And one more time. Don't worry if you can only go to here and back down again, that's absolutely fine. And lowering back down. Now, holding your hands together. If you have one dodgy shoulder or one dodgy arm, the other one can help out. And we're going to lift up in front, stretching up as far as you can, and back down again. And two more. Stretch up, and back down. And one last one. Stretching up, and back down again. Now moving around just so that you have got a little bit of support, we're going to raise up onto your toes and then bend your knees forward over your toes. Lifting those heels, raise up onto your toes and slowly back down and bending those knees. Now think about, I'm going to do one more, think about staying nice and tall as you stretch up and down. As you sink down again, try and keep that body nice and straight as if you were in a tube. And back up again. Excellent. Right, we're all going to have a seat now. We're going to carry on doing some work through these legs. So, sitting up nice and tall, thinking about growing through that spine. So, pulling as if you were a puppet on a string, up nice and tall. Going to extend one leg. If you can, then pop your hands across your chest. Make sure that you don't end up slumping into your chair, but stay sitting up nice and tall. You might want to pop your hands onto the chair or onto the arms of the chair if you're in an armchair. Straightening one leg out. Circle the toes in one direction, as big circles as you can. Try and keep this whole leg nice and still, and keep 3 circles in one direction and 3 circles in the other. And one more set, 3 in one direction. Keep it nice and still here. And then 3 in the opposite direction. Ooh, that should be burning a little bit through that thigh. Straightening out the opposite leg. Going 3 sets of 3 in each direction. Round we go in one direction. And repeat. Keep doing those 3s. And you'll find that it's probably easier to go in one direction than the other. Don't worry about that, and don't worry if they look a little bit squircles rather than circles. And last one round. And relax off. We're going to repeat that with each leg again, but we're going to pump the foot up and down. So extend your left leg and point and pull up. Point, pull up. Point, pull up, point, pull up, point, pull up, and swap legs. Pull up, point, pull up, point, point, pull up, point, pull up. Last one, and down. We're going to repeat those 2 exercises. So first of all, the circles, straighten one leg, 1, 2, 3, reverse, 1, 2, 3, reverse, 1, 2, 3, reverse, 1, 2, 3, reverse. Keep going if you can, 2, 3, last one, 1, 2, 3, reverse. Swapping legs, 1, 2, 3, reverse, 2, 3, reverse, 2, 3, reverse, 2, 3, reverse, 2, 3. Keep going if you can. Last one, 2, 3, and down. Well done. Just give those muscles a little bit of a rub out. And then we're going to again do the point and flex. We're going to see if we can up it to 10 this time instead of 5. So straightening out one leg, up and down, 2, 3, keep it going. And last 2, and lower, swap over, 10 up and downs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. You can do these exercises anytime when you're sat in a chair, working through these quads muscles to keep them so nice and strong. Now, next exercise, we're going to move towards the edge of the chair. So either wiggle yourself forwards or just push yourself forward, whichever you need to do. Bringing your feet so that they're at 90 degrees, nicely supported on the floor. Now, we're going to think about, just extend your right foot out a little way. We're going to leave that left leg where it is and pull the toes up and dig into the floor, drawing it back so that you're pulling into the carpet. Swap over, extend your left leg, dig in and draw it back into the carpet. So it's working these hamstrings under here. Swap over, dig in and pull along the carpet, using the carpet as a little bit of resistance there. Left leg again, pulling in, working through the hamstrings. One more, each side, pulling in and pulling in. Well done. Now we're going to stay sitting up on the fronts of our chairs here. So you're going to think again about coming up tall. All right, we're going to work through these low parts of the back and these core muscles that sit through, that hold the upper body onto your lower part of the body. Now, I want you just to roll back a little way so that you're rounding through that low back, but without leaning too much back into your chair. So stay sitting up tall. It's just this little bit in the middle that we're trying to get to do some movement. So we're rounding down and then sitting up nice and tall, arching your back, trying to put your tummy onto your knees. Some people have got a little bit more tummy than others to put on their knees. And then we're going to do the opposite way around. Rolling on those sitting bones so that this part of your back is beginning to round through. So sit up tall, let's get some nice movement through that lumbar spine, rolling backwards and forwards. Now you can pop your hands onto your hips like that. So as if you were having your hands around a bucket of water. If you can't do that, then just pop your hands over the front if your thumbs are a little bit dodgy. And then you're going to imagine that those hands are around a bucket of, or a bowl of water. And as you roll back, you're going to tip the water out of the back of the bowl. And then as you roll forward again, you're going to tip the water out of the front of the bowl. And I want you to come back to rest halfway to keep that water level in the bowl. So think about rolling back, tipping it out the back, rolling it forward, tipping it out to the front, coming back so that you've got a level bowl of water. Maintain that position, let go of your hips, think up nice and tall. Go to rest your palms up onto your knees so you're not pushing through your hands. Going to raise one knee without doing that. Okay, so keep up nice and tall. Belly button pulled towards your spine in that nice mid position where we're keeping the water in the bowl, and then raising one foot up off the floor. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Think about those tummy muscles. You should feel it in through these lower tummy muscles working. And replace. Lifting the next foot. Up we go. Keeping up nice and tall. Elongated up through the neck. Keep those chins in. And back down again. And one more time. Lift up. Hold it, hold it, hold it if you can. And slowly back down. And one more. Lifting it, holding it, holding it, holding it. And slowly back down. Well done. Keeping that center part of your trunk in check is really, really important. This is the bit that really lets a lot of people down, so that it results in poor posture. And the minute we lose it in this part, we lose it in the upper part, and our chins poke forward, kinking the neck in this upper part here, and it can give you headaches, it can give you neck pain. So really be careful while you are spending more time being sedentary, when you're at computers, when you're at desks, make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. So think about pulling that chin in so that your head sitting over your body and it's not sitting forwards like this. Okay, so again, sitting up nice and tall. Let your hands drop down towards the floor. We're going to think about just shrugging those shoulders up and down. Just the good old shrug through this upper shoulder area. And again, those should be sliding up and down. If you want to do that in standing, so that you can do a little bit of work through the postural muscles, keeping your body up on top of your legs, then again, the middle finger is going to slide up and down the centre seam of your trousers, or just up the middle of that leg. Up and down. And as you come down, try and push it down that little bit further and pulling it back up again. Now, if you get any pain at all on these exercises, back off so it's not painful. If it still hurts, then stop. It's not the exercise for you. Don't push through pain. Ache is okay, pain's not. Now we're going to again do a similar exercise on that, and we're going to roll the shoulders round. So that you're drawing circles on the outside of your leg. Rolling round. Again, you can do this in sitting, stay at the front of your chair as you do your roll rounds. So up nice and tall, chins in. And again, think about that bowl of water, not tipping the water out the back or out the front by really arching and sticking your chest out, but it's in that mid position as you roll round. Excellent. Now we're going to work on the elbows and the shoulders a little bit more, and we're going to raise the arms out if you can, turning the palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to touch those shoulders and out. So touching and out. If you can't lift the elbows up, then do that from the lower position so that you're working those biceps muscles. Keep going. And we're going to bring the elbows now down, but keep them at 90 degrees, turning the palms all the way up and then all the way down as far as you can. So you're rotating your hand over one direction and then you're rotating over the opposite direction. So palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. Keep going. Palms down, palms up, palms down. Again, while we're doing this, get into a flow with your hands and think about what's going on in your posture. Make sure that you haven't gone into this position. Up nice and tall, puppets on a string. Keep those chins in, keep that spine elongated. Every so often you need to make sure that you check those movements. And we're going to move on to doing a little bit more through the hands. I'm going to turn around to face you this time. So, thinking up nice and tall, you're going to put your hands together like that. See if you were saying your prayers. And we're going to sink your hands down. Try to keep this part of your heel of your hand together as you sink your elbows out. So you're trying to get your hands down as far as you can, trying to get those elbows out as far as you can. And then pushing back up again. Trying to get the elbows to come together. So push out, push up. That's it. Keep going. Couple more. Well done. And the next one, good to keep the elbows out as far as you can. This is a bit of a strange one, but it works through the hands and the wrists really nicely. Don't force anything, but just tip your fingers forward to away from you and then bring them around to point to you. Now don't go overboard on this because this is probably a movement you haven't done in years, so make sure that you don't overstretch things. But you might feel a bit of a warming, keep that going for me, through this part of your arm as it stretches muscle group. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. One more. Doing so well. Let those arms come back down, but keep your hands so that they're together. And we're going to splay the fingers so that you're doing that as wide as you can. Try to keep as much contact with the fingers as you possibly can. So try not to do this sort of thing, but keep them so that they're glued together. So we're spanning out as much as you can, in and out with those fingers. Well done. So important to keep these hand muscles so they're nice and strong. This will help you to be able to open jars, bottles. Excellent. Now we're going to, this is quite a difficult exercise. We're going to take the fingers away from each other. So starting off with the little finger, see if you can take them up, the pads of the fingers away, but keep the rest of the hand together. And then working through your fingers, if you can, lift those fingers up. And then back to the little finger, ring finger, index, and lastly the thumbs. So bring those thumbs away from each other and relax off. Well done. We're going to grip the fingers as tight as you can and then stretch them right out. So gripping and stretching, grip. Really try to get my fingers as wide as you possibly can. Fingers stretched out away from each other as far as you can. Really work through those little muscles. Grip tight, stretch out. Grip tight, stretch out. Keep that going. And now let's have a little think about posture again. Up nice and tall. Chins in. Shoulders away from your ears. Keep those gripping. Excellent. And relax off. Okay, we're going to go to a little bit of relaxation now. Towards the end of our class, you can sit back into your chair. Thinking about just taking up the support through your chair and going nice and long through that spine. Going to close your eyes and going to think about your toes. Screw those toes up along the bottom of your shoe and relax off. And again, screw your toes up as tight as you can and relax off. Straighten out your right leg. Really squeeze those muscles of your quad above your knee, tight as you possibly can, and then let it relax back down again. And again, right leg squeeze on as tight as you can, and let it relax. Left leg, squeeze that leg so you straighten it out, squeeze those thigh muscles tight as you can, and relax off. One more time, squeeze in as tight as you can, pull those toes towards you, work those quads muscles, and let it go. Now squeeze those big bum muscles together, get that bottom clenching, as tight as you can, pull up the pelvic floor at the same time, and then gently relax off. And one more time, squeeze in as tight as you can, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Great big muscles, pull up that pelvic floor at the same time and gently relax. Keeping your palms, so your palms are facing the ceiling, resting in your lap. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Keep it tight and let it go. And again, squeeze those shoulders up towards your ears. As tight as you can, work those muscles and let it go. Now squeeze your fists together, make a fist and as tight as you can, and then let it relax off. Make a fist as tight as you can and let it relax off. Just resting your hands, palms in the lap. We're going to work on just thinking about your breathing. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your chins gently pulled in. And just breathing gently in through your nose. And gently sigh it all out through your mouth. And breathing in through your nose. And sighing it all back out again. And one last time, breathing in through your nose, take a big deep breath, hold it if you can, and then sigh it all back out again. Now gently open your eyes, come back, relaxing off from that nice cool down. You've all done really well, well done. We've worked through bit of a warm-up, working through different areas of the body, and then that nice relaxation at the end of the class there. If you've enjoyed that class, then join us for further classes. So like, comment and subscribe, then you don't miss any content.